You know what? I'm seriously considering getting an OnlyFans account. And yes, it's April, and it's not the 1st of April anymore. I'm seriously considering getting an OnlyFans account. More thoughts on that later. I want to give you a quick update on my life because somebody told me they like those vlogs here on this channel, and I was like, oh, I appreciate you, so let's do another vlog. Yes, I wanted to do it outside, but then it's so windy and I don't have a proper mic set up for you know, getting good audio quality. Anyway, what was I saying? Right, updates. So it's now April. When was the last time I made an LVlog? LVlog 7 in February. It's been a while. Not particularly consistent on those. Anyhow, not much has happened. Like, I'm still working for FH Technikum Wien. I'm still pretty much struggling with the same things. Wanting to learn more about Solana. Speaking of Solana, recently they have a lot of degraded performance. Not downtime, but like just you can't send transactions out or not, you know, consistently, and that's so annoying. So annoying that I'm really thinking maybe I want to read up on other blockchains as well, if that's not, but also I'm still bullish on Solana. They'll fix that and then it's gonna be amazing. Maybe, or maybe not. Anyway, I'm still very heavily focused on Solana. And at the same time, I'm afraid that I'll miss out on other more innovative blockchains or whatever, just because I'm just focusing on learning Solana dev. Yeah, well, I don't know. You can't do everything, especially if you have another job, which is going okay. Right now is a pretty stressful period because there is the regular classes that I have to hold, so I need to prepare for that and do some grading there. And most of the classes I actually enjoy, like especially the computer science theory classes, algorithms and data structures, basics of computer science, you know, the whole things with the Turing machines and all that stuff. That's actually quite fun. Kinda enjoyed, you know, explaining the halting problem. This sentence is false, was my analogy to that proof. Anyway, that's not important. Contradictory proof. So overall the teaching is good, but then there's also lots of exams from the last semester still, and now they're in the 3rd round of exams, so that's with a panel, so that's the panel exam. And today I'm actually in my first panel exam as the head of the panel, the Vorsitz, and I have no idea really what I'm supposed to do there, but I'll improvise as I usually do with all of those things. Not preparing, but improvising. Yeah, that starts in 2 hours, so I'm a little bit in a hurry because I still also want to get some lunch before. Anyway, so that's happening, and then, much to my annoyance, one of the research projects that I thought I would be done with, they came to me and said, hey, can you write the report? And I was like, I still need to write the report for what I did. I don't want to write. I hate writing. That's why I don't do a PhD. Anyway, so I also got to do that, and it's like everything needs to be done before Easter. So yeah, it's all a bit stressful, and I didn't get to do much for my YouTube channel or research on Solana. I basically didn't get to do anything really in the past weeks, and I don't like that because I want to make progress on my Solana things, especially finally write that stupid Discord verification that I've been talking about for, I don't know, months. That's going on work-wise. Yesterday I had a meeting with my supervisor because I was thinking about also becoming self-employed, because I'm working 30 hours, so it should be okay to have 10 hours a week to do other stuff, like being self-employed and doing crypto things. And basically what she told me is, if it's just about the videos that you make, that's perfectly fine, we're okay with that. But if you want to do IT consulting on blockchain, then we don't like that, because we kind of want to have you in-house. Because they also offered me that I can go to conferences to learn about blockchain. I asked to go to a hacker house in Barcelona in June, because that's the next hacker house in Europe. And I missed the one in Prague because I was on La Palma. And I really want to go there. And they will make it possible for me. They will also financially invest in me for me to go there. That being, they pay for my flight and my hotel. And maybe I also get to go to Breakpoint in Lisbon. Anyway, so they are supporting me. They're investing in my education. And that's why they're claiming that if I were to do something besides that is on the same topic, then they don't see why they would invest in me if I then use it externally, right? So they want to have me for them, essentially. Which kind of makes sense. And also, I don't like, I mean, especially because like what I would do in crypto consulting would be what I learned in my free time so far. So far, they didn't invest in me there. So I don't see why I shouldn't be allowed to do that here. And it will also be like a completely different topic. Like a lot of people are asking me for NFT project help, and then it will probably be smart contract development. So that's more the development side, not the teaching side. And I would argue that if I do that, I can do a better job at teaching as well, right? If I hold seminars on blockchain and Solana development, that could, you know, work off each other. But, you know, they just want me for themselves. That would be okay if they would, you know, pay me great. But a research institution just cannot pay that great. I essentially indirectly asked for a raise, and then she was like, well, how do you justify that? And I was like, well, if you want to keep me here and want me to be the expert in that field for you here, and I can't do anything anywhere else, then you gotta pay me better for me not to go somewhere else. And they were like, well, but that argument doesn't hold because you're not the expert yet, you still need to get there. Yeah, so I'm still stuck with my 30-hour job that barely covers my expenses and doesn't allow for anything, you know, extraordinary, like going on a vacation. When paying rent, paying for my food, and going to like Radical Honesty and improv sessions and paying for them, then that's all I can spend a month, and my money is gone. I could, you know, work 40 hours again, or 38.5, but I'm already with the 30 now at my limit of what I can do. I don't see myself working even more. So like and I hope this is just now in that time in March and not the entire year. If it was the entire year, yeah. So I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt and working more now, because I do work 40 hours a week, even though I'm just paid 30. But I'm assuming that at some point I can then, you know, take more vacation. For instance, next week is gonna be Easter. That should be easier. Yeah. So they're arguing I can't do any IT consulting for money. So I will also not become self-employed on the side, which also I'm not even sure if I would want that, because then I need to pay insurance for that as well, and then essentially I pay double insurance, and that's also an additional 200 something euros a month, which you first need to earn. And then I also need to do the taxes for that as well, and I really hate doing taxes. So in a way it's also good that I'm not self-employed and that I'm just an employee. It still leaves you with the struggle that I don't earn enough money. Hence the thought of I could do OnlyFans. Because like I heard it so many times, like and people earn quite good money on there, and today a gay friend of mine texted me, hey, are you an OnlyFans? And I'm like, no. And then I was, you could earn a lot of money, and that's what triggered me. Ooh, I could sell my body for money? I'm not even selling my body, I'm just selling video of my body. By the way, for those of you, mom, who don't know what OnlyFans is, it's essentially and I'm not sure because I've never been there, essentially it's a platform, I guess, for people selling live video of themselves, and I assume they're also getting naked or something like that. At least that's the impression. I actually don't know. Maybe I should do more research before getting an account, or just get an account. And, well, maybe I should do some research and go on OnlyFans to see how other people do it. Yeah, let's do some research. Anyway, like he texted me and said I could make a lot of money because you're well equipped. He knows what my penis looks like. He's seen me naked, so he knows what I have to offer. I'm literally seriously considering this because like it sounds like easy money. Because most people have a problem with, you know, getting naked in front of a camera. I fucking don't look at me. In fact, I actually kind of like it because I'm very happy with how I look. I find myself attractive, and it hasn't always been like that. Especially in school times, I was bullied a lot, but right now I feel very attractive. And I also have no problems with a camera. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years, and yeah, I also don't have a problem with nudity at all. I mean, look at me, how sexy I am. That I can do on YouTube. More I can't do on YouTube. So I gotta get an OnlyFans account, I guess. And yeah, you can come in. Yeah, I still have workaway people here.
Yes.
Yes. Where was I? So the question is just, how far do I want to go? Because it was the same on YouTube in the beginning. Do I want to be online? Then everybody can see that, and essentially once it's on the internet, it will never be able. I will never be able to get that down again. And what do people do with that? And maybe I find myself on some weird websites, and but then I got over it, and I was like, well, I prefer to be remembered and be on certain video platforms, whatever. Like, I prefer that over just dying and not leaving a trace. So I kind of want to, you know, be remembered, even if it's just as the attractive naked guy on YouPorn. I mean, I guess I prefer that over, you know, not having video of myself. And for now, I'm super fine with YouTube. And if those videos are spread and everybody knows about them, then I'm like, yeah, cool. But I still have a little bit of resistance with the naked images of myself, right? There's still a little bit of insecurity around that. Because, oh, what if, I don't know who sees that? What if my boss sees that? And then I'm like, I mean, he has to first actively go looking for naked pictures of guys. And secondly, so what? Again, I would prefer to be, I mean, I will not always be that attractive, and I kind of like also how my penis looks. I'm pretty happy with how I'm equipped, and being single and barely having any sexual interactions, like, it's totally underused. You know, I'm not utilizing this great equipment properly. So why the hell not go on OnlyFans? There I can swear, probably. So I imagine that could be really fun, and if I then also get paid for it, I mean, why not? Of course, I can't guarantee that people don't, you know, take screenshots, make video recordings of that and put that somewhere else for others to see. And I imagine it's gonna be a lot of like old, rich, gay guys watching me, which, you know, I'm also fine with. I don't care who watches it as long as they pay me. As you can tell by the flag and my socks, I'm not against any kind of sexualities. Why not get an OnlyFans account? This kid, I mean, if it really pays that well, why not? Because, see, this is how I would justify that. And I would let my supervisor make the CEO of the university sign that I'm allowed to make videos and do OnlyFans. Because still, as long as I have the contract with them, I am not allowed to do anything for money except for working for them. That's in my contract. So I need to get the signature for that. And if they say I can't do IT consulting because that's what they train me in, then I return, well, okay, then I do OnlyFans. And then they need to find an argument against that. Because essentially I'm searching for something that is paid better than what they pay me, such that the additional 10 hours I can fill up with that to get a bit more money. Because otherwise I want to make more money than I'm making there. And they refuse to pay me more, so that's where we are. At me seriously considering OnlyFans. Because I also don't particularly consider this hard work for now. And also I can do it as much as I want, I imagine. If I feel a little expressionistic, then I do some OnlyFans. Yeah, like, seriously, why not? I'm good with cameras. I don't have a problem of being on porn sites. Seriously, if you were to ask me, do you want to participate in a porn movie? And I'm like, a porn movie, you say? I would probably say yes. Then I would get super insecure that I wouldn't manage to get hard during that, but that's a whole different story. Again, I need to research what OnlyFans really is about, but hey, I assume that you know, set your own boundaries, and I can set my own boundaries. I can be like, okay, today I go until, I don't know, half naked, and then next time I go naked but not sexual, and then depending on how much I get paid, I might shave my balls, and you know, those kind of things. I guess. So don't particularly have a problem with the video gets out there and then video might get shared wherever, because again, I'm like, well, I will never want to work for the NSA or some lawyer firm where this could be a serious issue. My go-to backup job is always to get to be self-employed, be my own boss, and do some IT development, IT consulting, or blockchain development, and I would get to money somehow, or just continue OnlyFans. Who knows? Yeah, but I don't want to depend on that for, you know, longer. This would just be a fun little project for now to test it out, see if I like it. And if I would make super much money, maybe I quit my job and do it full time, lol. Who knows? Maybe then I could afford a proper camera or I would allow myself to buy a proper camera. I can afford it, I just don't want to, because that keeps money away from other things. So one way or the other, I would find a job again, and there are jobs where they don't care that I have naked pictures of myself on the internet. So yeah, I guess it would be fine. I don't think I would ruin my life doing that, so why not? And also, like, best case, nobody will ever know, he says, making a video publicly on YouTube. Okay, so that might not be the case, but you know, I mean, if you don't go searching for me, you will probably, I don't know, who cares? Who cares? Like, really. Another thought though is, it might not increase my chances of finding a relationship if I do that, because I do want to be honest about everything that I do, and it might seem strange to people that I do OnlyFans. But then again, the people who find that strange, do I really want to be in a relationship with them? I would probably prefer someone who is like, ha, great idea, you're utilizing your equipment well, so I approve that. And I'm like, yeah, you're the right one for me. And the people who think it's weird, I mean, you can think it's weird, and you cannot like it, and you can want me to stop it, and if the relationship really is valuable to me, then maybe I will stop it. Probably I will stop it, because essentially I'm doing it for money. Unless it's super fun, who knows? I don't know, maybe that's the right job for me. I mean, we're still trying out things, right? And even though teaching is fun, it's not like the job is not 100% satisfying. It's like, it's okay. Would I prefer to get paid and not do it? Absolutely. So it wouldn't be something that I would do just for the fun of it. Maybe one class, but not even that, because it would need me to be in Vienna. Again, like, I prefer to be able to travel around. And that's one of the biggest downsides. Still, I've been saying that before, but still, it keeps me in Vienna, and even though I don't really need to be anywhere else right now, I kinda also would like to not have to be in Vienna. But it's okay, so it's not a strong, I don't have a strong feeling towards that. So we're still good. So yeah, right now I'm asking myself the question, do I want to get an OnlyFans account? No, do I want to become this expert in the field of blockchain for the FH Technikum Wien? Because it could be really cool, and then doing seminars and doing workshops and teaching that as well. That could be really nice. And I would still be caught up in Vienna, and I would still be paid, even if they then raise my salary, I would still be paid mediocrely as compared to if I were to get an OnlyFans account. No, if I were to, you know, work in the industry, or, you know, just do crypto projects. Speaking of crypto projects, if you want me to work for you, I can help you out, just that I'm not allowed to get paid for it, so I can't have it as a job. Both because the contract of my job doesn't allow it, and the state of Austria doesn't allow it, because I would need to have a Gewerbe, so I would need to be self-employed and registered as a company to work for other people. But, and this might be a gray area, and I don't know, how about I just do some work because I learn about it. I'm essentially doing a research for myself, thereby helping you out. And you pay me in NFTs. Because NFTs, or an NFT, like, it's really hard to say that it has a certain value. Because they're individual things. Do you argue with the floor price of an entire collection? I mean, it's just a token on the blockchain that itself doesn't have a value assigned. And that's why I also allow people to donate NFTs to me. And I don't want people to donate Sol, because that's more complicated on a tax perspective, because that's a cryptocurrency. Whereas NFTs are treated differently, as far as I know. So if you were to pay me in NFTs or in an NFT, then I guess I'm safe up until the point where I sell the NFT, because then we're again made money. But if you want me to get some work done for you, I guess you could pay me in an NFT, like one of the DigiNape Academy. If it's a smaller project, maybe a Trash Panda. Or you know, I'd also take like a Shadowy Supercoder. It's how I perceive the value, right? It would probably be hard to argue if you were to send me a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT that is not any kind of payment. But with Solana NFTs that are relatively, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a financial advisor, I have no idea. At least for, let me get my contract. Dienstvertrag. Jede auf Erwerb gerichtete Nebentätigkeit des Dienstnehmers bedarf einer vorherigen schriftlichen Zustimmung des Dienstgebers und ist daher ohne solche Zustimmung nicht zulässig. Der Dienstnehmer ist verpflichtet, sich sicherzustellen, dass Tätigkeiten nicht im Widerspruch zu den Pflichten laut § 2 des vorliegenden Dienstvertrages stehen. Okay, so the second point is essentially whatever I do as a side thing must not interfere with what I do for them. So that's how they also argued against me doing IT consulting. And then the first point essentially just says every task that is intended to, I would translate it to make money. I guess at least against that I could argue that NFTs are fine. Getting sent NFTs as a thank you for something that I did is not Erwerb. Although I do erwerb an NFT, but then again, no, but against those guys I could argue. Against tax authorities might be a bit harder. But then again, if I never sell the NFT, I guess I should also be fine. Because again, it's super hard to value them. And if you just gift me an NFT, but then again, if you just gift me money, yeah, I guess it's a gray area. And I guess I would work for you if you were to donate me an NFT, you know, depending on which kind of work and which kind of NFT we're talking about. And then I'll just have to pay a lawyer with my NFTs to defend me against whoever says that I do tax evasion. Because I mean, I mean, if it's an NFT, how would that be taxed? No, I mean, anyway, that's a lot of legal questions that I really don't want to bother with, actually. So the easiest way is just to get an OnlyFans account and then properly tax the income there, because that would then be converted to euros, and that amount in euros I can then easily tax. Because as soon as we're talking euros, taxes are almost easy. Right. Anyway, those are just some thoughts that I had on this Friday morning. I now have to go to a panel exam, and you go make a backup. And, you know, consider getting an OnlyFans account as well. At least one, such that you can go watch me, if you're at all interested in seeing my equipment. Yeah, and I also really like to show, like, I want to show my body. I want to show myself, and I want to put my penis in your face, or something like that. So why not? Why not get an OnlyFans account? Huh, I'll consider it. I will suggest it to my supervisor and see what she says. What is OnlyFans? Is probably the first thing she will ask. And then I have to explain that. That's gonna be a fun conversation. Yeah, anyway, that's one that I will hold in private.